Damn, that's wet. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Soggy shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Arr. Hello, 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 hello. Ugh, good. Greetings, Samuel. How art thou? And delightful Debs. Hope you're well as well. I hope you've not been flooded out or anything nasty. I don't exactly know how far the storm got inland, whether it got to your way or not. G'day, Marquis Mark, King of Koalas, Duke of Drop Bears, Grandmaster Rye, how you doing? Hope you're good as well. We'll start on it early, because it'll probably be a fairly big topic throughout the stream. Storm Babwet hit the UK this week. Specifically, the worst of it was Friday. And in my local area, it has caused a lot of fairly catastrophic flooding. If you saw the YouTube short I put out this morning, I went down to the local river, which is normally a little sedate stream that barely flows. And yeah, that's well in flood. Oh, pardon me. I didn't want to go and film the areas that are built up that have been affected, because I didn't think that was the right thing to do, go and film someone else's misery. But yes, there are streets in Attleborough that have been evacuated. Fire brigade and tractors going down there to get people to safety as their homes are under a couple of feet of water. Mary got stuck at work on Friday as the river in the village she works in burst its banks, and it was waist deep in places apparently. So yeah, we had well over a month's worth of rainfall in less than 16 hours. It was about 3 inches, 65-70 mil that was measured. It's pretty horrific, really. And yeah, I've lived through many a storm and gale force winds and the October '87 storm. But this is probably the worst flooding I've seen since I've lived in Norfolk anyway. And we are the driest region of the UK, believe it or not. Yes, she was. Well, managed to get out via a tractor, but her car was still there. So she was planning on getting up there today and getting her car back, because she's off next week because it's half term as well. Yeah, I'll say another reason I'm glad I bought a house on the top of the hill. Just when I went out to do some shopping on Friday, it was at the point, this was only lunchtime, maybe, and it was at the point where all the drains were full and the water was coming up out of the drains and running down the road in rivers. And yes, I found out that literally half a mile that way, it's under about 3 feet of water, and that's the houses. I'm going to resist making bad jokes about this is why you don't build on a floodplain, but I think some people have just found out why you don't build on a floodplain. Thankfully, a lot of the worst affected places haven't actually finished being built. Um, yeah, that's going to drop the house prices a lot down that area if they're now prone to flooding. But yeah, it's tiny little streams now. So we had torrential rain on Wednesday, so everything was already waterlogged, and the rivers were full, and yeah. And Friday absolutely tipped it down, and it all just ran straight off. Couldn't soak in anywhere because everywhere was full. And then while I was down at the river this morning, I actually had a guy from the Environment Agency who was testing the water with a digital ammonia reader. Very cool. So I stopped and had a chat. Ooh. And turns out that because the A11 is built up on a mound, the river is one side, there's still a floodplain the other side, all the water runs down from the town, and they've got a pumping station there which got overwhelmed, so the emergency outflow from that was in use. So that was pumping the water straight into the river, and obviously very diluted from what there could have been. But when his machine had finished doing the measuring, it was reading. Sorry, I've got all the notifications coming through. It was reading 0.41 ammonia coming out of the outflow of that. So hopefully, as we had no rain today, that should have stopped by now. Yeah, and it's also the fact that it's all pig farms and stuff along that river as well. So there's a lot of effluent goes in there. But yeah, it's been one of them weeks, really. So all I can say, I'm glad that I and Mary are safe, and that nobody else I know has had any serious issues. But they did have to set up a refugee centre in the town hall, literally for the people who were flooded out of their homes and had nowhere else to go. But yeah, market won't stop people building there. But it's lovely flat ground that's got no homes on it. Yeah. I took a couple of buckets of safe in there. I didn't know, but I suddenly didn't feel so bad about taking a wee while I was down there. I didn't pee directly into the river, but obviously it's going to soak in. But, yeah, Hola, Linkbot. How you doing? Yeah, so that is the main thing of this week, is that, I mean, if you want to see pictures, just Google image search East Anglia floods, and yeah, you'll see either or Norfolk and Suffolk flooding. Yeah, so the main A11, which is the main freeway or motorway, it's not, but it's what class it has around here. There was several sections of that shut, including one 10-mile section that was just underwater. The A47 was shut. The A140, A14, that was shut. Yeah, everything just ground to a halt. Everything was flooded out solid. So hopefully it will drain away fairly rapidly. So the main issue with Norfolk being so flat and a lot of it being below sea level is it will take quite a while. Ah, yes, a fun fact. We need a bit of fun. Come on, fish fam link. Piranha's teeth are so sharp, indigenous people use them to make tools and weapons. They probably don't have flint in the rainforest. Lots of flint around here. There are plenty of Bronze Age or even pre-Bronze Age. Well, pre-Bronze Age, obviously, because they're flint. So yes, literal Stone Age flint mines around this area as well. So yeah, that's what was used around here was flint. But, so I'm just hoping it stays relatively dry this week, and then hopefully all the water will go away. Fishy wise, no new fish, no new births, no deaths. Just the usual, everything carrying on to be fishy. I also hoping the weather stays decent because I'll be getting a visit from Mr. Aquarium Daily and Mrs. Fish Lady next Saturday. Yeah, Neolithic, that's the one, Mark. Stone Age, yeah. Stone Age and Neolithic, same difference. But yeah, definitely pre-biblical. Several thousand years old. The most famous ones are at probably Grimes Graves. It's a fairly famous site. It's closed at the moment for some reason. At the moment, all the mines are probably full of water. That would be why. But yeah, you can normally go and have a explore and a look around there. I think this is not too expensive, but it goes well with all the burial mounds that are around this area as well. So there's a well well used area of the country back in the dim and distant past. Back before they drained it all, and it was mostly fenland, marshland, and swamp and waterways, and yeah, basically a bunch of small islands surrounded by marshland and rivers and lakes. Nowadays, it's pretty much the same. We just got rid of most of the marshland, and the rivers are a lot smaller because the pumping stations are still in operation. Ironically, pumping back all the floodwaters are back where it came from. The reason it was so bad is because if you're familiar with the shape of the UK, it basically went up and around the top of Scotland. I think Scotland got a bit windy and nasty, but then it rolled down the North Sea and made landfall at the Wash, which is very flat. Um, it's one of those places where the tide comes in and goes out by about a mile. It's just dead flat all the way out. Very regularly, people have to get rescued off the beach because they've gone out onto the beach when the tide's been out and the tide started coming in. And because it's not a perfect slope or whatever, it's sort of lumpy, bumpy, and there's little rivers and stuff, they get trapped. I mean, it's not going to get too deep. You'd be absolutely fine if you could just stand there for a few hours and wait for the water to go out again. But yeah, best not to go out there really. I should be cycling up there next year. But yeah, so that's what happened. Is it just picked up water all the way around and then dumped it over Norfolk and Suffolk mostly, and then watching the European Le Mans Series race yesterday and today down in Portimao on the Algarve in bottom end of Portugal. It's down there now. Mud tyres on the bike. So actually, when I went out today on the bike down to the river, it weren't too bad. It was dealable. And if more of my riding was on gravel and off road, then I would probably put some knobbly tyres on it. But 90+% of my riding is on tarmac, so I'll stick with the semi-slicks. Well, they're slick around the middle, but they've got tread down the sides, so they do get a bit of grip. Well, enough for me not to fall off anyway. Touch wood. Yeah, so there was still. I did film a video as well as a short video I'll put up this week. Yeah, there's just ridiculous water levels. I'm literally right up to the side of the bridle path, and that's after they've dropped probably a couple of feet. So, yeah. And I've no idea why the lighting keeps changing, because nothing else is. Unless it's just shadows and stuff. But yeah, so that was my week. Hope anyone else's week was, if as exciting, not quite as scary exciting, or nice and exciting, like good things happening, rather than, oh crap. I just hope everyone who got flooded out had house and contents insurance, and it had flood on there as well, because that's an easy one to go, now I don't need flood insurance, it'll never flood around here. Even though I pay for flood insurance and I'm on the top of the hill. I say top, I'm about a foot below the highest point in Attleborough. If you go down to the river, it's probably about 50, 60 feet lower. Yes, thank you, Linkbot. This week will be exciting. We get my first chemo and radiation. Oh dear. I wouldn't necessarily call that exciting, I'd call that scary. But hopefully it does what it's meant to do and sorts it out. Well, fixes the problem. Well, no offense, but it's not like you got to, worry about your hair falling out too much. But best of luck with that, Mark. That's got to be nasty. Everyone I know who's been through it is. It's kind of made me think: would I rather have that, or would I rather the other? I pay for tiger insurance. Probably need it sooner or later. Yeah, knowing you probably will. Exactly. I wouldn't have made the joke if I didn't think you could take it, Mark. So you know me. It's all said with love. If anyone upsets me and I say it with a meaning, you'll know the difference. I'm probably probably no way probably no way on earth would I get health insurance, especially not against injuries. Exactly, the stubbornness and get off my lawn energy will get you through. Yeah, and hopefully a pat rabbit. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the UK we have pat dogs, which are, I would say, specially trained, but they're basically service dogs that go around hospitals and the like, just for patients to give doggo a fuss and a stroke, get a lick, all these good things, because it has been proven that that does help with recovery. But I think rabbits would be even better. Docs are confident it'll be okay. Well, hopefully, all caught early enough and nothing too evil happens. Yeah, I think rabbits would make a better pet animal than dogs. Because let's be honest, some people are scared of dogs. People aren't scared of rabbits. And little fluffy bun just sitting on you, having a fuss and giving you a lick. It's very good, especially if they do something a bit silly, like they do a flop or give you that intense eye contact as they poop on you. Don't worry, rabbit poops are hygienic. Well, I mean, if you're going to have an animal poop on you, a rabbit is a good one to go for. They're just basically just solid, dry, well, Cocoa Puffs, really. It's mostly hay. It's nothing too nasty. Half the time they eat them as well, so giveaway is they suddenly turn around when they're sat on you and you start hearing munching sounds. It's like, okay, thank you very much. Oh yeah, I'd definitely rather have a rabbit poop on me than an elephant. If I could avoid ellie pats for the rest of my life, then I'd be quite happy. And I've stepped in enough cow pats and sheep pats and fox poop and dog and cat and God knows what over my life. I could do without stepping in an elephant poop. Imagine that squelching through your toes when you get up in the middle of the night. Rabbit poop is more like stepping on Lego. I'd also rather not get licked by an elephant. I get the feeling that an elephant lick might be quite slimy and horrible. Nice warm cow pat is heaven on a frosty morning. Yeah, there is that. Done that one, well, not that one, but similar when I've been fishing, where fishing and it's freezing cold and yeah, you need a pee, so you pee in an empty water bottle and just hold it for a bit. Stick it down the front of your jacket because it's warm. Yeah, you just got to remember not to drink out of the wrong bottle. Yeah. I've done that more times than I care to admit. You soon realise. What are you up to, silly Shelley? Are you cleaning out your shell, are you? That means more babies on the way then. Oh joy. More Shelleys. At least they aren't Limia. Or bristle noses. It does put a different spin on getting pissed. And that's not ever going to happen again for me, so yeah. Well, I mean, these days, if I had one beer, I'd probably be squiffy. If I had a pint of cider, I'd probably just want to go to bed, start feeling ill, get a headache. No. See, these days, I just can't see the point. Because I know if I got a hangover, it would probably last best part of a week. And I struggle with getting the get up and go to do anything at the best of times. So, yeah, having a hangover would make it even worse. I mean, it has been over 20 years since I last had a hangover, so let's keep it that way, shall we? Here's to another 20. Which will put me past retirement. And then I won't have to worry about anything anyway, so. Pint of caffeinated lollipop. Thanks, landlord. Yeah, I asked for a Virgin Cuba Libre if someone insists I get a drink. The Virgin Cuba Libre is Coke. Because the Cuba Libre is rum and Coke, and Virgin is you take the rum out. Because some people just refuse to accept that you don't drink is an answer. No, I don't drink, just a Coke for me. Then you get a Coke in a suspiciously small glass. You take a small sip, and the first thing you taste is vodka or Jack Daniels. And you're just like, yeah, no, thank you. Oh, you can't taste it. It's only a little bit. I can taste it. It's alcohol. I don't want it. Yeah, some people just either won't say no, or they can't just compute in your head that you don't drink alcohol. And it's like, well, what do you drink when you go out? Coke. Or what do you drink when you have a meal? Coke. Coffee, perhaps. You know, I'm feeling posh. I'll have a coffee. But yeah, so people say, but you can't go out and not have a drink. Yeah, you can. Trust me, I've been doing it long enough. And if you're the sober one, you get to know what everyone else did when they were drunk, and then you can, well, blackmail them, really, for want of a better word. Should we look at some fishies? Because I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I'm sure someone will put something interesting in the chat in a moment, but let's have a look at some fishies. That way. So we'll start with Shelly Dwellies, doing Shelly Dwelly type things. All over the place. Fry scooting about. Wrong way. There they are. You just see some of the fry down by the rock. And then up at the back. Oh, there's grumpy boy, Mr. Pisto. He's still quite happy on his own. Oof. Oh. There's Bertie. A very pregnant Linnea. Yeah, very pregnant female Linnea. More of the Linnea cloud. Just Linnea everywhere. Happy Caras. Oh. Snoozy Happy Car. Oh, there he is. Spotty. Albino Corridores. Sorry, Sam, we can't see the Nanacara from here. But I'm sure when Andrew does his visit, and then I'm sure he'll film some stuffs. That way. Trust me, they're real, they're alive, they do actually move. I think they're all just asleep right now. Oh, one's just woke up. That's the Pelvicacromis. Bunch of super reds. Water change tomorrow, but common bristlies. Super red bristlies and common bristlies. More super reds. Darkness, but there is a tank of commons down there. Oh, 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 oh. Oh no, just gone out of view. Come on out. And just about see. Come on, show yourself. There you go, big boy. And the male, juvenile, and there was the female Pelvicacromis there somewhere as well. So yay, lots of fisheries. That leads me on to another thing. Build. Oh, we've got focus back. I'm going to have to do some water tests tomorrow before I start my water changes, just in case things like, pardon me, the ammonia and the nitrates are up through the roof thanks to the amount of rainwater and flood water that's been going through the sewage works lately. It does happen. If we get a lot of rain here, then obviously with all the wash off from the farmland into the rivers, etc., yeah, the tap water can go up in nitrates and the ammonia. It's and while I was talking to the guy from the Environment Agency, he was saying that down in Cambridge, which is not too far from here, the entire sewage treatment works was under 2 feet of water. So it was all getting mixed up. You know, the treated and the untreated. So that's going to be interesting for a couple of weeks. But I'm guessing they'll literally be dumping a whole bunch of safe in that. Quite literally. Well, sodium thiosulfate, I think. Yeah, something to detoxify it slightly. Yeah, so it's something I always do if we have had a lot of rain. And I haven't had a text through from my water supply because I normally do if there's something iffy in the water. There's not a boiled water alert here. But there may well be down in Cambridgeshire. But yeah, I'll just do a quick test for ammonia and nitrate. Let's see what the water's like. It might come out a bit softer as well, so I might test the pH. Well, there might be. By then, there might still be enough water in my pipes and whatever to do the water changes without, getting new water, as it were. It'll be old stuff that's been in the pipes for a while, because outside of water changes, I don't use that much water. So we can but hope. So I'll do the tests just to be sure. Although with the bacterial blooms in them, I don't think it's going to be a problem. It'd just be the other tanks where there aren't bacterial blooms that there could be a problem. Oh dear. But yeah, so obviously because of flooding, not seen Mary this week, so it's always a bummer. Bummer, nearly killed her. Yeah, A, she'd not got hold of her car, and B, probably wouldn't be safe anyway. Because I know we've not had any more rain, but if there had been, then the floods would have come straight back up again, and she doesn't want to get stuck somewhere. So, for safety reasons, be the same if it snowed. I'm just glad this lot didn't fall as snow, because that would have been everywhere cut off, because that would have been at least 3 feet of snow falling in less than a day. So that would have been horrific. I mean, it was raining that hard that when I went to Sainsbury's to get some food shopping, which is like a 3-minute walk, I had my umbrella up and I still got soaked because it was just coming down that hard. It was bouncing up off the road, and yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, 3 feet of snow, the whole county would have shut down. I mean, the main roads would have been ploughed and gritted, but yeah, yeah, that's the thing when you live in a rural area. Not all the roads will get gritted or ploughed. Some will just be left to their own devices, and that's the majority of them, because they're not going to send a plough down a road that might see 20 cars in a day. Howdy, Nabo. Good to see you. He's discussing the storm here. Would keep the 24 yeah, would keep the news networks happy. And it's certainly been the top topic on the news over the last couple of days. So, F today. Having a bad one? Tell us what's gone wrong. Get it off your chest if you feel able. It's floody. Let's put it that way. Houses evacuated, roads under several feet of water. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Howdy Zen, you're getting the snow on Friday. Oh dear. Yeah, we've probably got another, what, 5 months before we get snow. Usual people being disrespectful and tough to handle that. Ah, yes. Fortunately or unfortunately, I've been working retail for several years, so I'm kind of used to all that. So it's kind of water off a duck's back to me most of the time. Um, I just do my best customer service, smile, and do the best I can to make them happy and have a good experience. Then, as soon as they're gone, and as soon as there's no other customers, have a good grumble. Haven't sung this for a while. Oh, Danny boy, the floods are rising. Hope you stayed relatively dry and safe up there, Dan. I think you just got the wind and we got the rain. So, mind you got a few more hills to get rid of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's annoying, but I'm not. Oh, howdy, Andrew. Having to reinstall Windows on my phone. When I first read that, I thought, oh crud, has the storm been really bad your way and blown your windows in? And then I tweaked. You're timing it well by next week, because this week you wouldn't have got anywhere. Most of Norfolk and Suffolk is underwater at the moment, so mostly more up north. Yeah, I'll say we've got it this week. Storm Babwet did a good job of dropping a couple of months worth, I think, of rain in 16 hours. So yeah, we're in the people sleeping in the town hall kind of region at the moment. Down from 4 tanks to 2, much easier to enjoy. Maintenance isn't ever usually an issue. I can understand that entirely. I really can, because with the amount I got, it does take a while. Once I have my first canister, give it a 3 out of 10. Pretty much my thinking as well. They move a lot of water, but they don't really do much in the way of filtering. For what they are, they're not very efficient. But look at all the posh rocks you can put in your big canister. Yeah, they do nothing. At most, you need like 3 grades of sponge and a piece of filter floss. That'll do everything. Meeting up with Steve was awesome. I can imagine that was a bit mental. Yeah, I didn't catch it live. I did watch the replay. That was Steve is just Steve, isn't he? Really. I'm working the last few Sundays. Yeah, I've been very lucky. I actually got a weekend off this weekend, so I didn't have to be outside during the storm. Yay! I got absolutely drenched coming home from work Wednesday, though. I was out in it for what, 7, 8 minutes maybe, and yeah, absolutely sodden and wet through. 4 foot long, flow is a bit too low, rated for 100, 75. Well, the thing is, they rate the flow on canisters with 0 head height and no media. So So they're rating the flow with the canister at the same height as the top of the water, with nothing in it, which is not how it works. I don't know of anyone who keeps their canister at the same height as the tank. Everyone is either underneath or on a shelf up above somewhere. And then you fill it with sponges and posh rocks, which slows the flow down even more. And then people don't clean them out very often, which slows the flow down even more than that. Yeah. I mean, I've got the little, was it the Fluval 107 or the 207? I can't remember. The Ickle one I've got on my 64 litre Lovefish Panorama. The one that's got the lemon blue eyes and the subocellatus pelvic acromis in it. And yeah, I clean it out every 2 weeks because leave it 3 or 4 and you've got no flow coming out of it because it's full. Yeah, I'm definitely a bigger fan of in-tank filters. So all there is on this, which is a 200 litre, which is a 50 gallon, is there's the old school China box filter down the back there with very little air running through it. And then somewhere behind all of that Malison area is a Fluval U4 internal. And yes, I do clean them both out once a week, but I do water change once a week. And cleaning out an internal filter, especially the Fluval U series, is as easy as flip the lid up, pull the sponges or the cartridge thingy out, swish it out in the bucket, put it back in. So it just makes sense to do it. New Aquarium Daily Studios coming along nicely. Can't wait to go live again mid-November. Ooh, all posh and got studios and everything. Says me sitting here in a camping chair with my laptop on a bar stool, which is leveled up with a pair of artery forceps under one leg, which have come out. So we'll. There we go. So I'm firmly of the opinion that canister filters exist purely to part people with more money, much like the posh stuff that, the posh rocks, as I call them, that people put into their filters. Just another way to part people from money. Yeah. Yeah, we're all safe here, thanks, Navo. So Mary got stuck at work for a few extra hours, and I had to get a tractor to come and pick everyone up because cars couldn't get through. And hopefully she's got her car back again today if the floodwaters subsided enough. Yes, the Astro with the Go Faster stripes on, yes. And in reference to me being the only person who would have an ashtray on a push bike. But yeah, as I said, I can't abide people who leave litter in public, especially in pretty naturey places. So I take a mince in with me and use that to put my ciggy butts in. G'day GRB, how you doing? Yeah, Flaming Galar. Can see an actual use, used to design parts. Definitely tell prices are a joke. Yeah, Fluval gives you carbon. Yeah, carbon, which you just go, huh! An Astro with a bike attach. But that's a Honda Goldwing, that is. Yeah, so, I mean, one of the first things I learned decades ago about being out in nature. Leave only footprints, take only memories. That's the thing. Similar thing happened here in New York. People living beneath ground level. And I said, you wouldn't want to live beneath ground level here. I'm on what is considered a high spot in the county. I'm 90 odd feet above sea level. So if you go to the lower points in the county, which are anywhere up to 30 feet below sea level, yeah, you don't want to be. And that's only because the pumping stations that have been running since Victorian times are still pumping the water back out. So yeah, when you have several inches of rain in a day, the water table suddenly goes, and yeah, that's why people around here have webbed feet, so they can swim. You're supposed to spin the bottle, go and spin the bottle. If the bottle points to you, go could either kiss you or give you a nickel. Time I was 14, I had my own house. Oh, pardon me. So Sam's doing his squatting and Zen's off to the gym. Yeah. Get a moist breeze and the streets flood. Drains never work, there's no danger. I'm not sure why some cities think water won't hit them. I mean, we should know about it really around here, and the locals do. The locals, I mean, I'm not a local, I moved here, but I've been here all my adult life. So, I know that Norfolk is low-lying, that the water table is very close to the surface. So I bought a house on the top of a hill. A lot of people are now not local, they're moving to the area and they're buying all the houses on places like Watermeadow Lane. And yeah, so we've got Northampton. Yeah, is one of the is a fair way up there. Compared to Norfolk, it's up in the clouds. Get the sandbags ready. I'm touch wood. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, even though the drain in the middle of my little cul-de-sac was overflowing, it didn't get anywhere near my door. Yes, and it might only be 50 feet away, but it's probably a good foot below my floor. Oh, why, thank you very much, Dan. Enjoying nature and leaving only footprints. Well, and puddles, but am I on Graham's Discord? Yes, I am, but I'm not on Discord. Yeah, tyre tracks on the bridle path, so that's okay. Yeah, I had Discord on my last tablet, not on the current one. So, and yeah, I just a reminder for everyone, the calendar thing. Yeah, so yeah, I don't do Discord. I did start and I did try and nah. I'm not sociable enough or pay enough attention to things going beep for Discord to work for me. Sort of by the time I remember to check it, I'm a week behind on what everyone else has been talking about. No, definitely no. I've not got Discord on my phone or my new tablet. It's just more stuff to remember and more stuff to check. Yes, Graham's doing his charity calendar again this year. Although, if you are looking for a very awesome and very cute calendar that would do a lot of good, the Saver Bunny calendar is out now, I believe, which is all the proceeds go to helping out Save a Bunny, the bunny rescue center in SoCal. Yeah, that was what did it for me. And then you turn off the notifications and nothing happens. It's, I'm going to keep harping on about Save a Bunny because they do an awesome job. And they're wonderful people. Because, I mean, maybe a month ago now, they took in 31 rabbits from a. What's up, the boys? Where are you going to play outside? Oh, a Miami Chicago flight live young series. Yeah, I'd have probably told him to go play outside. The one around here used to be go play marbles on the A11. But yeah, so they took in. It was a breeder who got evicted, I believe, but they abandoned the rabbits. So they took in 31 rabbits that have been living in very, very poor conditions. Lots of babies, lots of health issues, and they only put an animal, a rabbit, down as a very last resort. You know, they'll foot hefty medical bills to keep them alive, even if it means that they can't be rehomed. They have to stay there the rest of their life. And there's one this week they've had for a while called Rodney, who had to have one of his back legs amputated at the hip because of infections from, again, being mistreated by his previous owners. So he'll be with them now for the rest of his life. They've got a thing they call the Late Bloomers Club, which is where all the elderly or disabled, or we'll go with differently abled, because rabbits don't let anything slow them down. And there's one called Zamboni because his back legs just stick out to the side and he looks like a Zamboni. They just get on with life no matter what. Tommy, you spexy beast. And Mandy McDeary, how are you? Hope all is well with thou. Yes. As I say it again for new people. Lots of floods. Me safe, Mary safe. Don't think anyone's died. Mark's been a Zach friend for 16 months. Thank you very much, Mark. As I'm guessing it was Sam put up the link to Drew's Crimbo dinner thingy for the less well-off members of their community. But yeah, let's see. Save the Money rocks. Even though they don't have Ting anymore because she passed away. flopping piece little ting. Teenager brings a new boyfriend home to meet the parents. They're appalled by his haircut, his tattoos, his piercings. Later, the girl's mum says, "Dear, he doesn't seem to be a very nice boy." "Oh, please, mum," says the daughter. "If he wasn't nice, would he be doing 500 hours of community service?" Oh, dear. Oh, is that the M&M's advert where girl turns up to the family barbecue with the boyfriend and he's covered in tattoos and flowers on his shoes and everyone looks at him weird, and so he's training to be a botanist, and dad just stands there and goes, "Grab pruners, let's prune." And then obviously he fits well in because he likes plants. So for some reason I'm still getting bloody Wendy's adverts, and we don't have Wendy's in the UK. At least it's not Chick-fil-A, I suppose. Although if you're not familiar, Wendy's, they're a Twitter person. They're really quite funny. If you do Twitter, it's worth following Wendy's just for what their tweets are, because they're rather yeah. Whoever does it has got a good sense of humour. I mean, the thing is, I'd rather have adverts for Wendy's than some of the crud I get adverts for. So it's not just me that likes to dip fries in ice cream or milkshake. Then, no, they're fries, they're not chips. No. Chips are a lot chunkier. What is the bottom left? That is a little 28. Yeah, 28 litre, I think. Or was it 24 litre something, and it's just at the moment home to Mr. Pisto, who is, as you might guess, a male epistogrammer. We've got Five Guys. Anyone who hasn't experienced their bacon milk, I refuse to pay Five Guys prices though. Chips are what we call steak fries. Yeah, and then we do a bigger version of chips, which we call wedges, which basically roast potatoes. There he is. Somewhere around that area. There's Mr. Pisto. He's just in there because I didn't want to risk leaving him in. Aim camera carefully. And that one in the distance, I didn't want to risk leaving him in there with a trio of Bolivian rams. I mean, he'd probably win the fight, but I'd rather there wasn't a fight, so. Yeah. Come on, camera, focus. We're going to have to do that. Bloody camera. It'll refocus at some point. Can't agree that chips are fries. Football is football. At least we're hearing wedges is called wedges. Yeah. Take ahead. Yeah, you sure you're not Irish? Yeah, there is a difference between fries and chips. Fries are the scrawny little things that you'd rather not actually have to eat. Because if you don't eat them within about 30 seconds, they turn into cardboard. You know, if you... Bloody camera. Never mind. I'm hoping it's the camera's out of focus and not my eyesight. Oh, you're not shaped like a potato. Yeah, that's going to bug me. quarter Irish. Oh, don't get me started on the whole American thing of I'm Irish. My ancestors were Irish. What, your grandparents? No, my great grandparents. No, you're not Irish. Yeah. Especially when you, because I do watch quite a lot of the entitled people, dumb Americans, Karens, kind of those kind of channels, just because it makes me feel better about myself. And yeah, when you get American Irish people telling Irish people about Ireland and then not accepting that the Irish person knows better. Or why do you all talk in that funny accent? You can't be from Ireland. It's like, I'm from County Cork or something like that, or County Donegal. Irish, Welsh, German, Czech, and Ukrainian. Mutt then. Two Hollywood stars ran into each other at the door of their psychiatrist's office. Hello there, said one. Are you coming or going? If I knew that, I wouldn't be here. That's why one is white and the other is yellow. So the Irish can tell whether they're coming or going. Oh. Mostly German from the dad's side. You go off people quick, you know. Yeah. I've figured out the tricks to make the camera refocus itself. But yeah, it will stick on potato cam footage usually. I don't even know what I am. I'm pretty sure I'm just English because none of my family that I know of are anything but. So, well, I'm not blood related. There's Uncle Juan. Have I ever seen the movie The Dig? Possibly. I've seen so many movies I can't remember what I have and haven't seen most of the time. According to Coldplay, they were all yellow. Don't you dare mention that C word. Next thing you'll be going on about that ginger tosser from Suffolk. Yeah. That guy who found a boat, an archaeologist. Pass. We had time teams, so we actually had live archaeology pretty much on TV. And they're still going on YouTube. New simplified income tax form only contains 4 lines. 1. What was your income for the year? What were your expenses? How much have you left? Send it in. 245 squats. So you're going to have to go careful because I'm getting a bald patch from where you keep teabagging the top of my head. Octavia Hill's one of my great history Neo, I believe, about her. Yeah, I shall have to look into Octavia Hill. Before it was the Boy Scouts, yeah, before Baden Powell started his thing. All-time favourite YouTube moments so far. Oh dear. I take it you're ahead of me now, Dan, on Andrew's quiz. I can't really grumble because I don't do Sundays at work and we're open 7 days a week. So I understand why I normally end up working Saturdays. But yeah. But if I'm working the Saturday, by the time I've got home, chilled out, had something to eat, it's way past time, and then I'm just sat there going, well, yes, the Tennessee Fish Mafia shirt from Patty. Hopefully pre-worn and not washed. Patty rocks. That reminds me, at some point I'm going to have to do the, like, get a bit of paper and just write Patty's here on it. Just so I can hold it up to the camera just to freak her out. Yes, so what? Pre-worn costs extra, yes. Especially pre-worn by someone like Patty, because reasons. Some folks there preventing me from staying. Oh dear. What's been going on in Blackie streams? Yeah, but that's a good thing about Patty. She only wants a tip. I couldn't resist that one. What's been going on, Mandy? Who have been upsetting you? We don't want a whole bunch of squid kicking off in Fish Fam again. It does happen. It does happen from time to time. People have falling outs and stuff goes on. I don't like it. Yes, I figured you might be setting me up for that one, Tommy. But you know, you got to roll with the punches. You stick them up and I'll smack them out of the park. And the thing about that joke is that Patty would laugh with us as well. Blackie streamed for the first time in a while. The usual bunch of reprobates. That's not an well. I mean, if you're going to call that an eye, Tommy, then it's racist. You're better off calling it a cock nostril. Oh, fair enough. I understand entirely, Mandy. Blessed are the cheesemakers. As long as it's my dick cheese. Yeah, brown-eyed girl. Ooh. Is it just me that thinks the song Brown Girl in the Ring means something completely different? Or have I been watching too much adult entertainment again? Yeah, I'll say you do what I do, man. If there's someone you don't get on with, you just try and avoid them. Oh, you've not heard that one before. Feel free to use it. Yeah, so I try and keep this as drama free as possible because I can't be arsed with drama. It's just really. I mean, most people know who I don't get on well with, who I avoid. You know, it's there for my own reasons. But yeah, it's best. If there's something that bugs you, just avoid it. It's like the people who will willingly watch a program that there's Game of Thrones, for example, which has got a warning, contains extreme violence and nudity, and gore and whatever, at the start of every episode, on the TV at least. And then they get all up in arms and complain about it containing nudity and blood and gore and violence. So if you don't like that stuff, don't watch it. Started actually looking at people as though they're my brother or my sister, and it helps me get over a lot of social anxiety. Yeah, I can see that. Am I your sister then? I've got the hair in the bus line. But yeah, there's plenty enough hate. We don't need to be spreading any more of it. We're just here for a bit of a laugh and a chat. If we need to get stuff off our chest, get it off our chest. Everyone's welcome here, as long as they don't, just don't be a dick. It's quite simple. What's GRB going about? Yeah. Yes, I'm also an only child, and Mary's an only child as well. Actually, no, Mary's got a sister, but yeah, I'm an only child. I didn't get on well with kids when I was a kid. So yeah. Weirdly, I get along a lot better with small children now than I did when I was a small child. Oh dear. Now I'm trying to work out if it's just really early in the morning and GRB has just woke up, or if perhaps a bit drunk or stoned. I'm suspecting the latter. Only had a sister for about 7 years and she took off. Now she only comes around when she wants money. Yeah. Though thankfully I haven't got money, so my family leave me alone. Many siblings didn't meet most until I was around 20. Cool, dear. Yeah, I get that one, Mandy. Is one of my uncles is like 3 years older than me, which is kind of weird. So, like when I was little and growing up, like my uncle was my friend. Which kind of worked okay because it meant I could go around my grandma's and play with my friend. Yeah. Family to me is blood is blood, but it means nothing. Family are the people you choose to be around. Ooh. Yes, well put though, Sam. Well put. Violating the first rule of talking to women. Yeah, never ask age, weight, or bust size. Although, as I've found, if you work around women a lot, you tend to find out their bust sizes accidentally because they'll be talking to each other about it. Or they'll just randomly tell you. Yeah, everyone's broke. Welcome to the real world. Yeah. As for ages, I think Mandy's a little bit younger than me. Well, a bit younger than me, so. Yeah, my ankle. If anything, my ankle is probably 16 years younger than me, given by the amount of surgery I've had on it. Yes, yes, but you don't look a day over 25, Mandy. That's the thing. Yes. Mandy was born in the same year as all the coolest people, and yeah, yeah. But Mandy got the cool hair though, Dan. That's the difference. Oh, we all feel old. Is that is one of those things of hitting the 40s. Is in your 30s, you're like, yeah, it's all good, yeah, it's fine. You hit 40 and things just go downhill physically. It's just all the old things, all the things you used to do, where you pick up the slight injuries and stuff, and wear and tear really starts acting up when you're in your 40s. Ah, Vino, how you doing? Um, uh, you know you're 50 when you know you're dead sea was only sick. Yeah, yeah. Mark feels 65 and he's only 64, but we still love him and we still need him, even though he's old and losing his hair. And if anyone doesn't get that joke, then oh boy, I'm definitely not singing that song because even if I sing it really badly, the Beatles is one group that you will get hit with a copyright strike from instantly. And as I had a community strike 2 weeks ago, I'm trying to avoid anything at the moment. I'm trying to be a good boy for a bit. And I said, I forgot to do this. Forgot the disclaimer, didn't I? Stop! Disclaimer! Anything I say in this video is not to be taken seriously. It's purely for joke and educational, not even educational purposes. Purely banter and being silly. I am not a medical doctor. Do not take my advice seriously. Ah, yes, it's always Funk's birthday. Now you're old and you hear your favourite songs in an elevator. No, I'm not singing the Beatles. I got away with Taylor Swift the other week. I'm not going to risk the Beatles. Yep. Ugh. Ow. Ugh. Stretch. Yeah. No, there's a reason a lot of reaction channels don't have any videos of Beatles songs. It's because they either get blocked instantly or they don't get any money from them. And then a lot of reaction channels don't get any money from any of the songs they react to because they don't add anything. Bloomin' it is Asbo. How the devil are you? Long time no see indeed. Jeez. Last time I saw you, I was building a model kit. Thought I was in trouble with YouTube and realised that one of my extensions breaks live chat. Yeah, and also the ad blockers are going to start getting banned as well. Heard Boys to Men, which I grew up listening to on the oldies station. Almost cried. You know you're old when you can cough, fart, sneeze, pee, and crap at the same time. Now, when the automatic I'm going to cough reaction is clench. One sphincter opens, another one closes. The homeless fight over a blanket in the park. Oh dear. There's a song about that. There's a song about a blanket on the ground. I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember it. You're old when you follow through when you do, yeah. Especially when you do them all outside of a restaurant. Or a bog, as we call it. Or a loo, or a toilet. Or a dumper. Break room. Glad I didn't click that. My algorithm screwing off. Don't need any help. Yeah. I feel sorry for what I think. That's why I get so many weird adverts. Is because the stuff I'm looking up on internet and YouTube. It can be anything from proper deep, serious historical factoid stuff to someone fell over something. Oh, pardon me. Merritt, my darling, how are you? Mwah. Good to see you, my dear. Hope you're okay. So I still buy more kits than building. Recently painted the ceilings. So slowly set up the build again. Weeks of work, flu and chest infection at the same time. Yeah, I know how that one feels. I just had a cold, and it was bad enough. But mind you, I have cute videos of my dog on my channel. Yeah, now Mandy's going to be watching that. Cute doggo videos. 3 weeks, yeah, it'll hang around a long while. So I was over the cold in like 3 days, but it's like 2 weeks later, and I just about got my lungs back. Oh, the shiwi is epic. I mean, it doesn't work, but it's epic. Yeah, it's call my toilet the Norwich purely because no one wants to go there, so at least I've got clear on when I want. In that case, you should call it either the Thetford or the King's Lynn, because people do actually want to visit Norwich. Don't hide anything from Daddy Google. He knows what I want and need before I do, and I don't care how creepy it is sometimes. I even have my OK Google on time so they're listening. Yeah, I still can't figure out what the heck it is that I've been searching for that makes Cunard think I want to go on a cruise with them. Maybe like naval history, but I'd like to think that the algorithm can tell the difference between a battleship and a cruise liner. Yeah, I'm okay, Merritt. I'm all recovered from the man flu, and I've not been flooded out or anything given the latest weather around here. Yeah, a bit of Drac, Battleship New Jersey, and other random stuffs. I actually sat and watched Sink the Bismarck the other day because that's up free on YouTube to watch. No, I didn't drown. No, I stayed well away from the nasty deep water. I mean, yeah, nobody died, but people have been flooded out in town. So Google's company must say, "Don't be evil." Can't help notice they don't use it anymore. Shiwi is a lot better than Hoopu. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs a plastic gadget to help with that. Maybe a scraper to save on paper, but I always wondered what would happen if you got like a Play-Doh shape maker. You know the things that you used to get where you like put the Play-Doh through like, and you get like star-shaped sausages and things. If you had one of them inserted, if you could do like moon or star-shaped poops. Literally mentioned hearses in one of our FFL chat groups, and a bunch of us started getting ad for them. We have got to sink the Bismarck. All the world depends on us. Yes. It's just, yeah, that line of Churchill saying, "Sink the Bismarck." And then, as a Brit, I can't help but get emotional when King George V and Rodney come charging in. I mean, Rodney should not have been able to make it there. And as old and worn out as the engines were in Rodney, that was a miracle. And still and will be the only time that a battleship has torpedoed another battleship. F. Churchill, fair enough. Yeah, so we didn't get any wind here. It was actually pretty still, which I think is what the problem was, because the rain just sat above us all day, and yeah, we had 65 to 70 mil of rain in 16 hours. The Flooster is eyeing me up at the moment. Here he is. Hey there, Floofy boy. Ooh. Yes, I had all sorts of silly little songs I used to sing to Zach. Lord of the Floof. Yeah, that's the only reason that actually anyone tunes in. It's not for me. It's but if I'd just had a video of him meowing and doing happy dances and stuff, I'd have had millions of views. Still not forgiving him the Gallipoli adventure. Yeah, he didn't necessarily have all the best ideas. But given the choice between him and Neville Chamberlain at the time, Churchill was the better choice. Send you some videos of the floods here. Some are impressive, some will give me a giggle. Oh dear. I don't want to see your roads squirting, Dan. There's been plenty of that around here. Great leader, the almighty Zach, yes. The Lord of the Floof. He was actually rubbing around my legs yesterday. I was eating a bacon sandwich, so that's why. Could have had Halifax and be speaking German, exactly. No, you're old when the only females who pursue you are mosquitoes. Yep. Oh, I'm irresistible to female mosquitoes. They bite me every time they see me. Yeah, that's the. Yeah, can't help but go a bit misty-eyed when you see King George V and Rodney come steaming in and just start obliterating Bismarck with 16 and 15-inch shells. Stirs the blood, it does. Uh-oh. What have I done? Okay, see you later, Aspo. Turn the car over a bit, made me jump. I haven't been in it for days. Oh no, not like Michael Flatley. No. See you later, Asbo. More like floof, wherever you may be. He is the lord of the floof, said he. And he'll floof on you, and he'll floof on me. He is the lord of the floofy. Yeah, that kind of silly song. Because only got caught thanks to string bags. Oh yeah. Yes. And the only reason that it got caught then was because they accidentally tried to torpedo HMS Sheffield, believing it was Bismarck, but they'd fitted the new magnetic exploders on the torpedoes and they all went wrong. But because Sheffield was close enough, it meant they could turn around, refuel, rearm, and go out again before it got dark and get that one hit which jammed Bismarck's rudder over, which meant she couldn't get into the protection of the Luftwaffe and was pretty much a sitting duck. Especially as her radar wasn't his radar wasn't working. German ships are male, whereas everyone else ships are female. Yeah, I think it was HMS Sheffield they accidentally torpedoed. One of the oddities of Wall Street is that the dealer and not the customer is called broker. Yeah, well, that's because it's the dealer that makes the customer broker. That's imagine Lord of the Dance though. You know, the old Michael Flatley River Dance thing going, doing the weird stuff with the legs, but you're sat right at the front, so you can only like see him from the waist up. It'd just be a bunch of people just stood there and then gradually like moving around a bit. And I'm not entirely sure why ships are female. Probably something either Roman or French. Guessing will be French. Yeah, in French there would be le, not la. So, but then it gets weird when you name a ship after a man, like HMS Rodney or HMS Nelson, but you call it a she. What happened to Dan's Lee? Oh, no idea. I've not seen Dan for donkeys. He's popped up a few times, but I've not seen him about much. Could just be life. He's on Cold Water Aquatics. The YouTuber previously known as Maple Street Aquatics, or Apple Sheet as I used to call him, and on IG. Yes, he does lots of photography stuffs on IG. He's an influencer, don't you know? And he'd probably give me grief for calling him that. Brandon and Ness, yes. Is it something to do with the large keels? Well, you know, you've got to lay down your keel first. Then, given the obsession with making the guns bigger as well, there is that. At least battleships died out before anyone made a 36-inch pair of guns. That one would have taken some explaining. Although, you know, some of the naming conventions are kind of amusing. The US Navy did have a DD-36, DD being a destroyer, CCs, cruisers, BBs, battleships. Yes. Weird, random and useless factoids with Sharpe. It's pretty much like working with me. Someone will say something and I'll come up with some random factoid. I was actually the other day, someone was saying about because they just moved up to this area from a soft water area, and they were going on about the lime scale and how hard the water is. And yeah, I ended up going into a waffle about GH, KH, and pH. Honey, hello, gorgeous girly, how are you? Lovely little lady. Sending flops and malems. Because only bunny lovers will know what a flop and a malema is. There is nothing cuter than a bunny flop, or more comedic, possibly. It just comes completely out of the blue. Their head just sort of tips to one side, the body follows, and they just fall over on their side and go to sleep. And sleeping bunny mouth is super cute. Yeah. Bunnies rock. They can be buttholes, but they rock. The link on IG to Mr. Slee. There we go. Because he either takes everything seriously or does it dangerously. And that's an old fish fan joke. God, I've been around fish fan for a while now, haven't I? I've been keeping fish 5 or 6 years. Gotta be. So, yes, obviously, exactly. All those jokes used to come up every stream. But yeah, so it's just the way of things is people come, people go. You know, people have lives, move on, things happen. Like Amber was always around, and we don't hear from Amber at all anymore. I send her a check she's okay message every so often, but last I heard, things were on the up for her, so that's always a bonus. Video request for me bunny hopping on a bike. It's not exactly difficult. Well, I think given the size of the current bike, bunny hopping it might be a bit difficult, but actually, if the video had worked from Marriott's Way when I did that, you would have seen me bunny hopping up a flight of stairs or steps because I couldn't be bothered to get off and walk. All the other videos I'd seen of people going along the Marriott's Way, they've all got off their bike and like pushed it and lifted it, and I've come along and just gone and sod it and just watching a protest in Lebanon the other day. Life of Brian Skip never seemed more relevant. Why can't? Because it's written in stone. Yeah, we all miss Amber. Amber, lovely. Just a shame what happened, and won't go into that in any more depth. Because if you were around for that, you knew what happened. If you weren't around, you don't need to know. Oh yeah, Amber, lovely. If she were here, I'd give her a great big huggle. Because now I'm going to have to be careful how I word this. Because some women know they're hot, and they make sure you know they're hot, and they act like it. Whereas Amber's one of those who is absolutely gorgeous, but thinks she isn't. So yeah, let's just say that Amber was in a relationship with a at the time other Fish Fan member, and it went south very badly. Nothing to do with Amber, all to do with him, as far as I understood, because obviously I didn't hear anything from his side of it, but I believe and trust Amber. Yeah, as I say, she's an absolutely awesome person. Sweet, kind, caring, loving, super smart, funny. So yeah, all of us who know Amber miss her. We'd love for her to be around still, but unfortunately, you know, life has happened. She's moved on with things, like so many people. They're all welcome back if they decide to come back. Oh, pardon me. We all hope that karma finds that eye up Earth. Yes, definitely. Karma or a large boulder. Yeah, so it's not too bad at the moment. There's not really too much squid going on that I can think of in Fish Fan with fallings out and people just generally being arses. But yeah, there's been a lot of that. You be Ma, I'll be Car. How's that? No, you're not upset anyone. Don't worry about it, GRB. We know you're just having jokes. Bloody colonials. Sorry, convicts. Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours. That's only because I can't remember the theme tune for Sons and Daughters. or the Flying Doctors, or Prison Cell Block H. Yeah, as far as I know, Amber's okay. I've not spoken to her in a few months, but things are on the up. Things are going well. I'm not going to divulge personal information or anything, but so let's just say she's okay. She was getting her life and her health back online, so well, not online, on track. Let's go with so. Yeah, comics have no more exactly. And you know, I'm only joking when I say that, because otherwise you just have to mention the Ashes, and then I'd have to curl up in a ball and cry, wouldn't I? Really? So you know. Actually, I know she got sunk, didn't she? So yeah. No, Belfast is the only town class cruiser left. I used to bring you flowers. I've got one flower I could show you, but you know. Don't think anyone else wants to see the rusty sunflower. Um, that's the point. I haven't bought Mary flowers for quite a while. Perhaps I might do it next weekend. Although it is a birthday coming up, but you know. Yes, I knew you'd get that joke, Merritt. If I'm going to make a filthy joke, I know there's at least one person going to get it. Right. Do I need to go get more backy? At least we made it the second week of the Rugby World Cup. Yeah. Although, I mean, even the All Blacks are starting to suck at rugby, because in there, was it the 1874 or something, where they were playing America, they actually let America score 2 tries. And in however long that game had been played, America had never scored a try. I mean, it was still like 120 to 14 or something, but old days and old names. What is the last model you built? It was either the 148 Tamiya Spitfire or the 135th Tiger Models BMPT 72 Terminator 2. Yeah, there's only my doctor ever needs to see that flower. Yeah, over the last ones I've built, I pretty much think. I mean, there's a couple upstairs that are half built, but they're the last ones I finished. Perhaps with the weather getting worse and not being able to go on bike rides, I might get back up in the cave and do some building again, but we shall see. I don't think it'll be anything too in-depth or complex. Certainly not that 1/32 scale Special BX15. Oh God, that's going to be a nightmare to build. Mostly because it's going to be massive, and most of it's resin and brass. All Blacks. All Blacks versus South Africa in the Rugby World Cup final now. Yeah, that'll be a game and a half, I reckon. Proteas. Yeah. The Silver Leafs versus the Springboks, as it used to be. Yeah, and also, if you want to laugh, Americans reacting to rugby. There's some funny videos out there. time for F1 from Texas. Enjoy the race, and hopefully Lewis Hamilton crashes out early and cries. Been Zen since 2019, on FishTube since June of 2018. Only been a little over 5 years, but I feel like I've known some y'all forever. The 1-star state, according to TripAdvisor. The one, actually, probably the only racetrack in the US that is actually suitable for racing Formula One cars on. A lot of them aren't even suitable for racing GTs on. Well, certainly not LMPs. Yeah, why is it such a big country and all your racetracks are so small and pants? Don't get it. Is it because you don't like turning right or braking? Sorry, can't resist. Yeah, so I'd have to go back, but I think I've been doing YouTube for probably 7 or 8 years now, something like that. And I'm up to, this will be video number 672, if that's any help. Yeah, we've got. I was planning on doing something cool when I got to 666, but I forgot, missed it. Never mind, feels longer. Yeah, it does. Oh no, Tommy knows my joke. Tommy knows about that one. But then Tommy is a redneck, so he's a redneck chicken farmer. He'd be quite at home in Norfolk. Except for the temperature. He'd probably be frozen all year round. Well, apart from those 2 weeks in the summer where it gets up over 30 degrees. Actually, speaking of which, I did hear someone talking about the Fahrenheit scale the other day. And they were explaining it, think of it like percentages. So, like, say, 50 is kind of nice. It's 100 is way too hot. 0 is way too cold. So if you think of it as like a percentage scale of heat, then the Fahrenheit scale does actually make a little bit of sense. Obviously, you know, the sensible thing is to set your temperature scale on the freezing and boiling points of water. You know, so 0 being freezing point and 100 being boiling point, rather than 42 and 100 and whatever it is, 148, something like that. He's a lover, not a fighter, yeah, but he is a Texan. Yeehaw! He's got a big hat and a big gun. He's not afraid to use either. Plus, he'll get you with the claw, and there's no known counter to that. Sharpe's a Pats fan. Pats? No. No. I'm not a fan of any American sports team. The nearest you get is a San Antonio Spurs. That's only because I'm a Tottenham Hotspurs fan. I'm not even sure what San Antonio Spurs play. Boiling point 212 F. Yeah, I knew it was something silly, but you know. No, happy to be a redneck. No term for a Scottish dude with English heritage. Soft Southerner, I think it is. Texas has two state mottos: "Don't mess with Texas," and "Remember the Alamo." The Alamo being when someone messed with Texas, and quite pointlessly, a whole bunch of people managed to get themselves killed. Eggs done, breakfast good. Cabbage like Grandma used to make. Local version of potato salad in my area is potato salad. It's boiled potatoes with usually mayonnaise and a bit of butter and a bit of green stuff chucked in there, chive normally. But yeah, potato salad is potato salad. And it's probably the best kind of salad because it's not full of green and red stuff. Well, mayonnaise, mustard, yeah, mayo, mustard, yeah. We don't talk about relish. Yes, Premier League football team, yes. Because I'm originally from that part of the UK. Well, not from Tottenham, but from Bishop Stortford. And the old Tottenham training ground used to be a few miles outside of Stortford. And back then, you could go down and just get on your bike and just go down to the training ground and just watch them play. And sometimes you get to join in if they were short, or yeah, they come over and have a chat. Yeah, there's potato salad and there's potato salad. Yes, there are the people who do the low fat version. It's like people who do gravy that's like dishwater, and people who do gravy that's like proper. It's got some body and weight to it. Regional differences. New England people like to think they're fancy. Yeah, it's not something I've really looked into too much. What's in it? I just know I like mayo and mustard and potatoes. So on some days when I do myself sausage and potatoes, boiled new potatoes, then I'll just stick some butter and mayo on them because bum nut goes well with the potatoes. Oh no, yeah. You see, this is not American mustard. This is English mustard. So it clears out your sinuses at the same time. Um, let's have mustard. Spicy deli mustard. In the UK, we just use Coleman's because it's actually I don't know how it'd fare on the like hot sauces thing because probably if you put English mustard on something like you would a hot sauce, it'd probably blow a lot of people's heads off. Like American burger mustard is basically yellow ketchup. In comparison, I mean, English mustard is more like I don't know. It's probably hotter than jalapeno. It's hotter than jalapenos. It's probably up there with habaneros, to be quite honest. It's got a hell of a kick to it. Tottenham, good Aussie coach with a good Aussie name. On Angelos Posta. I used to have hair before Coleman's. Exactly. Clears your sinuses out that well. It clears your hair off as well. Yeah. If you smear it on your legs, ladies, it will remove the hair. Probably the top layer of skin as well. But yeah. If you've not tried Coleman's or English mustard and you find some in a store, give it a go. West Coast, basically what you're talking about. Egg is the base. And so basically an egg mayo sandwich but with potatoes. So basically chip butty but with hot English mustard, the steak. Yeah. Special place in health food we put minced onions in there. You can't see until you bite into one. Right. As long as it's not got bananas or tomatoes in it, I'm probably good to try it. Oh, thank you very much, Sam. It's that time again already. Tiny bit of dill. I'm not touching you putting just a bit of dill in there, if you know what I'm. That's we're back to just the tip, aren't we? Anyway. So yes. Thanks to everyone for turning up, being here, having a natter, sharing me grumbling about the weather. I'm British, it's what we do. Thanks to all the members. You're absolute members. Stay safe, whatever your weather's up to. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and he bumped his head and he couldn't get up in the morning.